friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And here you see what we need for this DIY. We need of course our tumbling tile blocks, and I use the smaller blocks. Of course I have here my little container with everything I need for the most of my DIYs. I always keep everything just very easy in just a little carrying basket, so it is very easy just to place it with every DIY I have. If you don't have a big craft room like I have, I don't have a big craft room, not yet. I hope in my new house I will, but for now I don't have it. So I'm going to use this one, and of course some paint at your choice. And we have here my old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. What we're going to make today, we are going to make a bench, but we're going to make a bench with a twist. So we will see how this will turn out. So we're going to start with the sides of our cupboards. I think you call them shelf cupboards. I think you call them that way. So we are going to make 7 blocks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what we're going to do, we're going to glue the tops. So some glue on the top over here, and we do here the same. And we place them against each other already, so though the glue is not running out. And again here also, and here, and the number 6, and that's the last because number 7 is always the closure up again. We're going to squeeze it and we're going to redo it. Make sure that we have a straight line. And for everyone who uses a metal hook, it's fine, that's really great. I am not really used to using it. I have one, but I am not using it, so I'm just a stubborn old lady. So I'm going to make 4 of the pieces of 7. So we already have 4, 5, 6 and 7. Oh, we see already like this, and we do here the same. Don't worry, we don't do all together. So for everyone who takes this already a little bit too long, don't worry. The rest I will do a little bit faster, but for everyone who loves to see, I do it twice so everyone can see how it is made. Again, number 6 and number 7 is the closure up again. Squeeze it and again redo it in a straight line so you can also see how easy it is. If you don't have a metal hook, it's so easy to make this way also. So I'm going to go wipe away the glue because we don't want so much glue on our mat, and like this, and we have to go over it. And now we go number 3 and 4. I'm going to do a little bit faster because we need 4 pieces of 7. So you see already we have our 4 pieces of 7 because we need on both sides of our bench, we need some shelves. So now we're going to make 2 blocks together. So very easy. Just do a little glue on the tops again and place this against each other like this. You do it over here on the tops and you place the other one against each other. You do here the same. And again, immediately glue it together. And we're going to do it over here. And in totally, we are going to make 10 pieces of 2. So very easy. I have already 4. I do the rest a little bit faster. And here you see already our 10 pieces of 2. So we almost have one of the cupboards together. Now we need, of course, we place the 10 beside like this. These are also 4 pieces of 7, and we have 10 pieces of 2 over here. Now we're going to make the shelves, and we're going to make them double up. And I think I'm going to go for, 5 or 6. I think I'm going for 6 blocks. It is always nice that you can decorate it a little bit. So if you have the shelves too small, then you can really decorate it. Then it's really too small for things to place in. So we are going to make 2 rows of 6 and we glue on the side some glue. So very easy. This is 1. This is number 2 and we're going to place it immediately against each other again. So the glue doesn't run out. And number 5. And number 6 is the close you up, squeeze it together in a straight line. And we're going to make number 2. This is number 1, 2, and 3. And number 4 and number 5 is the last because number 6 is the close you up. And again, squeeze it, press it together in one straight line. Get your old piece of kitchen towel and wipe away the glue you don't need. Like this, and then again redo it, feel with your fingers, then you can always make a straight line. When you go around like on the sides, then you feel which blocks are sticking out and which are needing a little bit of push from yourself. So let this dry in for a couple of minutes and then we're going to glue them together. So we gave it a couple of minutes and we're going to do some glue on the side like this. And we're going to place them together this way until one shelf. And this way we're going to squeeze it and make sure that everything sticks nicely together. And we're going to give this also a couple of minutes. Of course, this is drying and in the meantime we are going to make the other shelves because this is only 1 shelf and we need 5 shelves. So again, we are going to get 6 blocks like this over here and we do 6 blocks over here. And I only do this one still together with you and the other ones we do a little faster. So number 2, again, place them together. And I do it as fast as I can, so it doesn't take too much of your time. Again, like this, squeeze it. We do here the same. Number 1 and number 2 and number 3. Place together. And the last number 5. And again, squeeze it. And make sure again that you have a straight line, because then your work looks much better. Take your time for it. Don't rush yourself because you don't need to rush. I make already the mistakes for you because I never know how my DIY most of the time turns out. So I make the mistakes and you can easily just do it very quietly, and so you don't have to make the mistakes I make. So like this, and we're going to give it a little moment to rest and then we're going to glue it together. So we place it on the side again. We do some glue over here and we're going to place it down and be careful because it's still not totally dry. Wood glue, most of the wood glues dries a little bit later, of course. The first touches is fine, but if you want to have it real dry, then you always use your DIY overnight because then it's most of the time a little better dried. So this is number 2 and I'm going to make number 3, 4 and 5 a little bit faster. You see already, now we also have our 5 shelves we need for the first side of our shelf cupboard, if I'm correctly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes to rest in and then we're going to make our first little cabinet. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take one of the shelves and 2 of the pieces of 2. What we're going to do, we're going to glue them on top of here. So we do some glue on the underside and we're going to place them on top. We do with this one the same, do some glue and place them on the ending of your shelf like this. Squeeze it and like I said, make sure that you have a straight line and over here a straight line. Feel with your fingers and then give it some pressure. And you see already, because it's not totally sticky, it goes all the way, but we we are the boss of our DIY, so we're just going to don't give up. So again, squeeze it, and we're going to place it aside. We wipe away the glue, and you see already this is what you get. You see this way, and we are going to do this with all 5 of them. So I need to go a little bit more to the outside, but not too much. Like this, I have to feel with my fingers also over here. I have to feel that we are still in one straight line. This is one we're going to get for number 2. Again, do some glue over it. We're going to place it over here. We do some glue and again place it on top. Squeeze it. And this way, and of course I squeeze this one and make sure of my, like this. And now I already have 2. I'm going to do the other 3 a little bit faster. So you see we have here our 5 pieces of our shelves. What we're going to do, I'm going to lay down our 2 sides. So the 2 of the 7 we are going to lay over here. What we're going to do some glue on this side and on this side, and we're going to place them on top of here. One on this side and one on the other side, and then later we're going to do the 3 inside the parts where we want to have them. But first we're going to do some glue on this side and on this side. So I show it to you a little bit better like this. So here I do the glue, and I'm going to place the first one over here. I'm going to place this one on top of here and this one on top of here. So first give it a little bit of pressure on top. We're going to give here a little bit of pressure, and again I'm going to squeeze a little to make sure that we have a nice line. Of course, also over here, take your time for it, don't rush it, just feel with your fingers, because wood glue you still can redo it like this over here, and give it a little bit of pressure again, and again feel with your fingers if there's nothing sticking out like this. Now we're going to get the other one, and we're going to do again some glue only on the ending over here and over here, again like this. And we're going to place this one over here at the ending also. We take a little moment and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure like this. And of course on this side the same. Give it a little pressure again and feel with your fingers that you still have it in a straight line. And also over here. And I know it takes a little bit of your time to look at this, but for everyone who likes to see how it is made, I really try to show it to you that you don't make the mistakes like this. And we're going to give it, both of them, a little bit of pressure, but we're going to give it a little bit of rest before we're going to do the other 3. Let this dry in a little moment. So I let this to dry. You see already, now I can place it around. I have 3 shelves, but I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to use all 3 of them. You can change them up any way you like, because you can place them over here, make them smaller. You can make it only 2, that you do only 1 in the middle, and then you have more decoration space. I'm going to go, I think, for 2. I do a smaller one here. I do a smaller one over here. And I have a bigger one in the middle to decorate. I think I'm going to go for this one. So I'm going to use this piece already for the second cupboard, if I'm correctly, for the other side. So I think I'm going for this small one here, and a bigger one over here. So I'm going to do some glue over here and over here. And I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to leave 3 whole blocks open like this. So if you want to make the same, then you have to glue it on the line, and then you have 3 blocks totally open. I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure again, and I'm going to make sure that I have it in a straight line. I'm going to do here the same, a little glue over here. And I'm going to do it on this line at the ending of the second block. And then you have 1, 2, 3 open. Again, I'm going to place them over here. And I have to look that I have it in the straight line in this way. I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure this way. And then I'm going to give it a couple of minutes rest. And of course, I'm going to wipe away the glue. Don't worry. And again, I'm going to do here the same. Give it a little bit of pressure. Feel with my finger if I have it in the line I want to have it. And this way. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So I let both of them a little dry in. What I'm going to do now some glue also on this side. Over here, and over here. And on this side the same. On the ending of the 2 double block. And I'm going to get the last pieces of 7. Of course, I'm going to look for which one is the flattest. I'm going to place this one on top over here. And we're going to feel with our fingers that we have it in a straight line. And we do here the same. And we're going to place this one on top. Also over here and give it a little bit of pressure. And this way. Over here. And I'm going to give this at least a couple of hours drying. And I'm going to make the second cupboard. But of course, I don't bore you with that. I will make it on my own. So you will see the second one, of course, later. And here you see how our 2 little shelf cupboards are turned out. Of course, it's a little bit difficult for you to see. But you see, it's so easy to make. We already have the 2 frames for the outside. And of course, like I told you earlier, do the shelves wherever you want them to have, because this is my taste, but maybe you have a much different taste and you like one in the middle. Do whatever you think it's right. What we're going to do, we're now going to make the bench in between. So what we're going to do right now, you see that in a moment for the bench. So for the middle part, we are going to get 6 blocks. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, and we are going to glue them together on the sides. So 1, number 2, 3, 4, and 5, and number 6 is the closure. Number 6 is the closure up again. I'm sorry, don't mind me. Dutch and English is something different. So 6 is 6 blocks we need for 1. We need again 6 blocks. And this is 3. We are going to, you see already, I have already 1 too much. This is 1, 2, 3, 5, and number 6. And again, squeeze it, press it together. And the last of 3, because we need 3 rows of 6. And again, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. Squeeze them, press it together, and we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need over here. And make a straight line again, and we're going to give this a couple of minutes drying in. So I have already my 3 parts of 6 again, and we do the same like we did with the cupboard. And I'm going to do some glue on the sides, and we're going to row all 3 of them together, squeeze it, and make sure that you have as less openings in between as you can have, because if you do it within a couple of minutes, then you still can redo your wood glue, and you just give it a little bit of pressure, and you can very easily get everything together. And if you don't like, and you still have open gaps, if you don't like it, use some speckle, if I'm correctly, or maybe some wood filler, and then you can fill it up. I don't mind, like I always say, but not everyone likes it. I'm going to make 3 of these pieces, because we need 3 for the underside of the bench, but I'm going to do it a little bit faster. So we have our 3 pieces of a plank of wood of 3 times 6 blocks like this, and we have them 3 times. What we're going to do, we are going to get 3 blocks like this, and we're going to do the tops this way, and we're going to go over here 3 and here 3 this way. We're going to glue them on the top side, so not on the side but on the top side, and we're going to place them together, and we do here the same, and with this one, and like this, and over here, and over here, and the last, and again squeeze them together in one straight line, number 3 and number 4. And I'm going to wipe away the glue. Of course, I don't know what's wrong with my towel, but he is curling the whole DIY already. So we're going to wipe away the glue. Oh, you see already, that's wood glue. You still can easily attach it to each other again, and it will. And you see this one is also not happy that he needs to glue. So we're going to place this over here. We wipe away our mat again, and we're doing this the same over here. And now we're going to make again one of 3, but we will use this as a loose piece later. So this one is also with 3 blocks, and again squeeze it and press it together again like this, and we're going to let this dry for a couple of minutes. So you see what we're going to do, we place the loose one on the side, and we're going to take this tool, we're going to place this one over here on the side. We could do some glue, place it down again, and we're going to glue both of them together. We do here the same, we can place them on the side, we do some glue, because this will be the back of the bench, and again squeeze it. And make sure, feel with your fingers that you have a straight line. It's very important because it has to fit in between our 2 cupboards or shelves, how you call it. Like this. I'm going to place it over here. And I'm going to let this dry. So if everything is correctly, you have 2 pieces of this one, like 6 pieces, there's 2 pieces of 3. You have 2 of them, and you have 1 of them with 3. This is the back side of the bench. We lay it over here, and we have our 3 pieces we made earlier. What we're going to do, we're going to get one of our shelves, cabinets, how you call it. We place them over here, and what we're going to do, we are going to place one of the planks over here, and we're going to glue this to the side over here, just so very easy. Just do some glue, and we're going to do this way, and we're going to place it against here in one straight line, and this way, and we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes, because it has to be very dry. So I gave it a half hour. I don't know if it really is stuck to it, but or else you have to wait a little bit longer to place it straight up. So we are going to place it up like this, and I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure again like this. And now I'm going to get another plank like this, but I'm going to glue it. Oh, you see already, you see, this is also DIYing. Sometimes things are going wrong. You see, he should have stayed on this side, but he didn't. So I'm going to do some glue over here, and I'm going to place this one on the front side, but not totally on the flat against the front side. I show that to you in a moment, don't worry. But first I'm going to glue it. So I'm going to do some glue on the side, but I don't do it flat, so the front side won't be the flat look. So, but I show it to you in a moment when everything is really dried up. I can easily show it to you. So I'm going to give this also a half hour. So I gave both of them a half hour, and now I hope that it still stays in place. Of course, if you have a better way to glue this, just go ahead. Maybe I make myself very difficult at the moment. I don't know, but we will see. And I'm going to place this one on top, but he will be exactly in a straight line with the sides of my cabinet, of course. Like this, I'm just going to very easy let it fall down and feel with your fingers so he has straight line with this side and this side. And we're going to give it a little bit of pressure like this. And we're going to let this dry in further. So you see he is glued together, and you see here I have this piece, the front, I have a piece of over the front side of the bench because I like the little decorative side on this, but of course you don't have to do it. What I'm going to try to place it down again on his back, but I don't know if it works. But for you, wait at least a couple of hours before you're going to do that, because you have to be sure that this part is really dried in before you're going to do it, the back side of your bench. So be careful. I'm going to try it. I don't know if I will be sorry. We will see. But of course, this is a DIY, and I have to show you also the parts which are in the steps at least. So I'm going to try to get it down this way. And I'm going to get now my two pieces, the two pieces with the double up and the one with the ankle. And I'm going to do very easy. I'm going to do on the top some glue over here. And I'm going to place it a little side so I can see also where I want to have it. I'm going to do this one over here. I'm going to do the smaller one a little higher, not too much. A little higher. I just leave a little piece open, not that much. And I'm going to do this one over here. And I'm going to place this one also a little higher. And I just leave the same piece open like I did with the one on the other side. So again, like this, squeeze it and squeeze and squeeze. And we're going to let this dry. So in the meantime, while this is drying, I was thinking maybe I like on the top over, you can't even see over here, I'm like a little also a little plank, but with the two pieces of 3, and I can do maybe some push pins inside, and then I can hang a little wreath of something on side of on top. So I'm going to make again 3 blocks, and this way, and again glue them together in a straight line. This is already in number 1, and we're going to do another one of 3. This is 1, and number 2, and the last, we're closing it up with number 3, and we're going to let this dry also, and then we can use it for more purpose. I really like that, but of course you don't have to do it. That's something I come up with right now, but maybe you don't even like it. But I am going to let this dry. So I gave it a couple of minutes, lay it on the side again, just like we did with the other ones. Do some glue, place it against each other, and we make again one whole piece out of it. And this way squeeze everything together and wipe away the glue. And we're going to give this also a couple of minutes, and then we're going to glue this also on the top. So you see I place my little shells down, and you see already the top over here. I'm going to get my piece. I'm going to do the top with some glue, and this I'm going to glue also the same like we did lower. We're going to glue this especially totally on the top over here. Give it a little bit of pressure, and we're going to push and just let it dry in also for a couple of hours before we do the second shelves against here. So you see I place my little cabinet of thing on the side, and now you see already this is the top, and here we're going to place our second cabinet on top of here. But first I'm going to do some glue on all the lines. So very easy, just go around over here. We're going to go over here. We're going to do some over here and over here, and it doesn't matter if it's a little bit too much. You just very easy wipe it away later. Now we're going to get our second cabinet, and we are going to place it on top. Of course I have to look for where I want to have it over here, and make sure that you have a straight line over here. I feel with my fingers because everything needs to be straight. like this. And I'm going to make sure that this one is also fitting inside. And I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure from the top. And I'm going to press, and I know you don't see it, my hands are over here. I'm going to give a little bit of pressure and I'm going to let this dry at least for a lot of hours. I think maybe an hour of 3-4 before you're going to do anything. Then you can place it straight up. So you see already I turned over my I don't know, bench, cupboard, bench, shelves. I don't know how you call this one, but at least he is so far finished. What we're going to do, we're going to take 2 loose blocks and we are going to lay them inside of here. So that means I'm going to do some glue on the side, on this side. And I'm going to have to look for, and on the underside over here, a little line. And I'm going to place it in over here, exactly in the middle, to give it also a little bit of steadiness in between, like this. I hope I can show it to you. Maybe if I place it this way, you see, now I did it over here, like this. And I'm going to do on the other side the same. Again, I'm doing some glue on the side. And of course on the underside I have to look for, over here. I have to think because it's in another direction. Of course, place it over here. I hope you can see it. I'm placing it over here in the middle again, and I'm going to squeeze it and press it. It gives a little bit more sturdiness to the piece if you do something bigger on top of here. Of course, you see already the glue is coming out. You just take a small brush and you're just going to go around over here and you just wipe it away. Very easy. And like this. And I'm going to do all the glue away and then we're going to paint it. So you see already I placed the camera a little bit higher so you can see the little bench with the shelves a little bit better, the tops. And you see, here is what I mean with the top. You can do some hooks on here or maybe some push pins. And then you can hang your wreath on top of here or maybe something else. And of course, you can decorate all the shelves at your own choice. Of course, what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint it and I'm going to get my creamy color because I like a little bit more of the cream color. But you can maybe spray paint it in the gold or in the silver. Just do whatever you think is right, but I'm going to take this color. I start always first with turning my piece upside down. So I always paint first the undersides and then I'm going to turn around and do the right side. So, but it's very easy. And you see already, if you look it over here, it's just a nice, simple cream color. And I am loving this color. But maybe that's not everyone's cup of tea. So do whatever you think is right. And I do this a little bit faster. And you see, I turned you with my camera around so you can see the whole piece in one because for the camera, when he's standing up, it is very hard to see how everything is turned out. And you see already on my table, the decoration I will use. I'm going to go for a little bit like the old look. Of course, you can decorate it any way you like. Most of my items here are thrifted, so I always love thrift shopping. So I always love a little bit of the old things and turn them over into new things. But this is how our little cupboard bench turned out. That's what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to decorate it and you see in a moment a quick impression. And you see already this is a strange angle. I almost did forget to tell you because before I'm going to show you the quick impression. I have always a plant from IKEA. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to tear them apart. I hope that it does work also in my DIY. And you see I try to get it off. All of them like this. And now you see already we have a big bundle of greenery and we can lay little pieces in our decoration and you will see that your decor is coming more to life. So I hope you give this also a try and it doesn't cost a lot less than when you use loose greenery. So I always love to buy a plant of a garland just to decorate it. So I hope you give this one also a try, but now we're going to do the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks cupboard bench, and I'm so happy how it turned out. And I decorated it this way, but you can decorate for all season and for every day because you can change it up any way you like. Of course, like I told you earlier, I hope you took out your tumbling tile blocks too and did this DIY together with me. If you're only here to watch, of course, I hope you had fun watching. If you're new here and you like what you see, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Of course, for more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find all the links you need. Enough talking. I wish you all an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.